As promised, Glenn Hoddle is now standing by with Alison Bender. She'll be there throughout the course of the match. So, over to you, Alison. How are things in North London?
Yes, hi, and a happy new season. It's fantastic to be back, and even better to look around this stadium and see the faces of the fans. I've been catching up with some of the Tottenham fans, and despite a disappointing 7th place finish, they are very optimistic. Obviously, they've had a troubled summer. Will he or won't he with Harry Kane? Now, I've been watching the players arrive, and I have to say Harry Kane is not here. The team has been announced. He is not in the starting 11, nor is he on the bench, and I'm sure that we'll be speaking about this more, and who better to speak to about this than Glenn Hoddle. Glenn, great to be back.
Oh, it's wonderful to be back. It's always wonderful for me to come back to Tottenham and to this new stadium. But to have the fans back in, as you just said, Alison, is wonderful. It really is, you know. And I'm hoping they'll take the roof off today and get behind the team. Obviously, without Harry today, new manager in, it should be rocking, and you know, let's hope they can get a result, because it's going to be a tough game for them.
Yeah, two very attacking sides, so we should see a good game. Nuno Espirito Santo, the new manager, has said he's built a shield around the team to kind of try and stop them from getting distracted by the Harry Kane talk. But I have to ask you, 28 years old, he's been here since he was 11. He's a phenomenal player, 33 goals last year, and he deserves Champions League football. Can you understand why he might not want to be here?
I absolutely, 100%. I was in his shoes to a certain degree. I was 13 years here as a player, but I wanted to go abroad and play. And Harry wants to go and win trophies. It hasn't happened yet with Tottenham. I think he's been very patient with them.
Yeah.
As a Spurs man, I'd love him to stay. Of course I would. And I think all these Spurs fans would say the same. But I think they would all, you know, be confident in saying that they wouldn't begrudge him going to another club, particularly Man City, to try and win trophies. He deserves it. His individual performances deserves that he ends up being a trophy winner in his career. It would be awful if he went all the way through his career and he didn't win anything. So I understand from his perspective 100%, and I don't blame him one little bit. And my word, if he's going to go to Man City, he's going to the right club.
Well, it does seem the perfect fit, because for many occasions they've been playing with a false nine. He would slot right into that team, and also because he's closing in on Shearer's record, goal-scoring record in the Premier League. You can't imagine him, like you, wanting to go abroad, can you?
No, I think that's one thing. That's always a personal, you know, whether the family want to go and whether you want to extend yourself as a person as well as a player. I wanted to, the style of football probably suited me back in the day to go abroad. But no, Harry, I think Harry wants that trophy. He's hunting for trophies. They're the right team for him. There will be games I still think Pep might, because he's such a good player. Last season we saw the assist that he got as well.
Incredible.
Where he dropped into midfield.
Yeah.
Now I think Pep will have him playing that way at times, and there'll be other games where I think he'll be right on the shoulder playing as a number 9. So the thing is with Harry, you're getting those two positions. He's like two players in one as well. So Pep knows that, and that's why I think the deal will be done next week.
You believe that? OK, so life with and without Harry Kane. Let's start without them, because it seems that way. Son has obviously been excellent, but also excellent with him. They've created goals for one another. But you've got other attacking players like Bergwijn, like Moura. How do you think Spurs will get on in the absence of Kane?
Listen, taking Harry away, I think obviously the signing of Son was so important to this club. It really was. If you think Son had 1 year left and he wasn't going to sign and Harry left, that would be disaster for the club, for these fans. So that's fantastic news that Son signed. I don't see him as a number 9, as a centre forward. He needs to be out on the wide berth coming in from those positions.
You don't think he'll play more further forward now?
I think he will at the moment. He will at the moment whilst they haven't got a replacement. Right. But they need a replacement. The good thing is they need the money to come in for Harry Kane, so they can then go and replace him. None of this going to the wire one day before the transfer market ends, and then Nuno can't then go and buy somebody and put him into the team. So that's important as well. But so there needs to be players brought in that position. Of course there is, and they've got to be the right ones. I also look in-house. I'm looking at Bergwijn, I'm looking at Moura, I'm looking at these players, I'm looking at the midfield players. And Ndombele hasn't shown, something's happened there. Yeah. But these players, these are the ones will see whether Spurs have a good season or not this season. Yeah. They've got to come to the party. if you lose Harry Kane, those players are good players, but they haven't really been
step up.
exactly.
Yeah.
They haven't really shown consistent levels, and now, so the players in house are just as important as the new ones that might come in for Harry's. So,
quick word on the visitors then. We've just seen Jack Grealish arrive to a fanfare, even from the Tottenham fans. Of course, he was fantastic for England and he gave us something to be happy about. How do you think Pep Guardiola will be able to improve him? Because already Pep Guardiola's got the two most attacking players in his squad. He's got Kevin De Bruyne and now he's got Jack Grealish.
Well, it's the different style of players. Kevin wants to release the ball quickly and has quick vision. Jack wants to hold the ball, so that's a nice balance. I can see Jack Grealish, you know, it's the right club for him as well. He's 25. He's going to hit his peak in the next 2 or 3 years. He likes to hold the ball. I think Pep will have him playing a little bit quicker. I think he'll release the ball at Tony, and he doesn't need to hold on to it as much as he did at Villa. He wasn't a one-man team, but at Villa he would draw a lot of players over. He was the danger man. So at the end of the day, with Man City, they're all danger men. So he'll end up getting more space himself. So at the end of the day, I think it's going to be a great buy for City.
Just to point out, everyone is clapping the new manager, Nuno, and they're chanting Nuno, which is really nice to see. So very quickly before we go, Manchester City, obviously title contenders, they're the favourites, but you've got Chelsea hot on their heels, potentially Liverpool, even Manchester United. How many teams are in the running in your opinion?
Well, for the league, I put 2. I think City and Chelsea. Chelsea have got a fabulous squad. They really have. They've got a great manager. They've already done things so quickly. And Lukaku joining the party is only going to make them stronger and better. I think if Harry Kane comes to Man City, goes to Man City, I think it's game, set and match. I think they win the league again. But don't forget, they've got the Champions League on their mind. They want to win the Champions League.
Absolutely. Glenn, thank you so much.
Pleasure.
Enjoy the game.
Thank you.
And back to you guys in the studio. Enjoy.